We did it. How you doing, Campbell?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. You want to write some code?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with the little thing we say, we call...
What happened last time?
And I'll switch it over to your machine.
Last time we created a class for separating the units from the numbers that we were given. So, for example, if we had something like this, 3 meters squared, it would take 3 and put that into one group, and meters to the fourth and put that in one group.
Yep. Okay.
And yeah, that's one thing we did. We did that using the regex. And so we used our regex helper that we coded a while ago.
We built a new class called FindNumberUnit.
Yep.
Which is over there. And that was built for us automatically.
Yes.
You know what I want to do? I want to organize. I want to come over here. I want to right click and say, let's add a folder. And let's call it regx maybe. I'm going to take that, put it inside. Excuse me, what's this one? Same thing. A lot of regex classes. Okay, stop with that. SuperNumber extensions. Excellent. So now we're a little more organized. See it?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's check it in. Organized regx classes into a single folder. Stage all. Check in. We'll get you a link to this in a second, kids. All right, give me a link. You got the KidzCode up there? Copy that clipboard. Put this back in the chat room over here. All right, cool. Let's look at. We also created a convert to fraction call. Can you go find that?
I can. I believe we did in SuperNumber.
Yeah, remember you can hit that
I was about to do it. I just did.
Tap Control. Hit 1, 8, 9, and 0, so everything is selected. Hit 0, 2.
Oops.
Good. Now you can tap Control to hide it. There you go. So there's convert fraction. Can you tap the next reference on that?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And that's it.
Yes, these
All right.
3 places.
So what that means, go back up to convert to fraction. So this creates a new super number that converts the current piece into a fraction, whatever that is. We don't have any test cases on this. Can you create a test case for me, Campbell?
Yeah.
That tests the fractional conversion?
Okay, so and then
And tell me what you're thinking. No, don't hit. That just runs the app.
yes, I know.
Oh, okay.
And then I can create a test case with just I find it over.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay, so we want to test.
I guess you want to type in 0.22345 or something like that. All right. Okay, that's a crazy one.
Yeah, but yeah. And Oh wait, we want something easy for our brains to decode.
Okay. Okay, that works too. So the piece on the left is what you're expecting.
Yes, we're expecting 1/2, but we're not expecting it in the normal place. We are expecting it down here, is what we will write code for.
Well, the answer down there, right? We haven't done that, but I'm talking about the test case. So go back to the test case. There's one thing you're missing from this test case, and that's the call to the method we were just talking about that we want to test. 0.5 to none, that's going to fail if you run it. Go ahead and run it and let's see. Let's watch it fail. Go ahead and run the test case and watch the test case fail. That's my prediction. It's going to fail.
Well, yeah, because it's...
Fraction test already defines a member. You already got a method called test fractional conversion in here, I think, is what it's saying. That's what the error message is.
Oh.
So you'll have to change that method name that you're in.
Okay, I will. 1 sec. Oh, it was convert to fraction, right?
Right, but it's not available on string. It's only available on a supernumber.
So we need to create an extension method first.
Well, not really, because we really already have an extension method that converts strings to supernumbers, and it was actually there before you started typing in convert to. You had that called there. You can tap to the control key for options and hit X for extension methods.
I know it's not too num because...
It is too num. Eval, I think,
but
will
that
also
was
work.
wrong.
What?
Okay.
Two num gets you there, but that gets you to super num. But you need to go from super num to a fraction. Which means, so here, let me show you something. Yeah, are you fixing the name?
Yes.
Let me come in a second. Hold on.
So two num would have worked.
No, it wouldn't have worked. But I'm explaining why, so it's clear. Hold on.
But
let me
why?
go back to here.
Why did you say it did? It would.
I'm just going to rename this a second. Test decimal to fraction conversion.
Oh, right, that's it.
All right, save. Let's run it. This is where
Why?
Watch what happens.
Why did you say it would work?
I'm going to explain it, but you have to be patient. Expected 1/2, but was 0.5.
Why did you say that?
So it's not working. Why isn't it working? Well, let's look at it. We want to test convert to fraction. Well, in order to test it, we need to be able to call it from outside. We need to call that. It's a method on SuperNumber that returns a new one. So if this returns a SuperNumber, then right here where this marker is, right there where the caret is now, that's where you want to type in dot and then make the call. Right? That's why it was going to fail, because we never made that call to it. You need a closing paren there on it, because it's being passed into R equal. There you go. Now try running it. See if this works. This has a chance of working. Good. Give me a couple more. Give me some harder tests in there. Line 85. No, just go to line 85. And put you a bunch more, because you don't have to, it's less overhead. Yeah. All right. 1/8 is 1.25, right?
1/8 is 0.125. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not 1. Or not 1. Wait a minute. I
Yeah.
bet you if we were to do these like in a repeating order, getting, which I guess we're not. Never
You want to duplicate the line?
Hmm?
I'm not sure what you're doing, what you're suggesting.
No, never mind.
You're wondering if CodeRush's feature will be able to detect the pattern?
Kind of.
Yeah, it's not. It's seeing 248. It's not really seeing the pattern. No, it's not. You want to do 1/12? Let me tell you what that is.
Yes, I'm not sure.
All right. And my calculator. 1 divided by 12 equals 0. Is it repeating? It looks repeating. You can't do it. Let's do 1/16 instead. 1/16 is 0.0625. That looks good. Now run it. Good. Now all 4 of those are working and convert to fraction. Okay, excellent. Let's see, where did we leave off? We left off yesterday right in, wait, not in there, in the constructor, I think, for SuperNumber. Fast way to get to a constructor is just go to the top where the class is and hit the tab key. Generally, you'll find yourself right into the constructor. That's constructor. Is this a constructor, Campbell? Recognize that, if it's a constructor or not?
It doesn't appear to be, because it has parameters passed into it.
Parameters are okay. What signifies a constructor is no return type over here. So there's no return type, that's constructor. It also has to have the same name as the class you're in. See the class I'm in right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's what regex helper. Does it have a constructor? What do you think?
Nope.
What?
It doesn't appear to.
No, it doesn't appear to have one, does it? Let's go over into one of our other regex classes over here that I now can easily find, thanks to this. Decimal fractionator. Does this have a constructor in it?
No, because this. Oh wait, no, this does because it's just public static.
Because what?
Because it's just public static.
Right.
Or
Well, it's mainly that it doesn't. This guy has a return type. It's itself, right? Its method is called create, but its return type is to the left.
Oh.
Does that make sense? Let's go look at some other things here. What about supermath? Supermath? No, just a bunch of static stuff. Let's go to SuperNumber. Well, we know SuperNumber does. Yeah, actually, SuperNumber is the only class we have here with a constructor in it. Interesting. Okay, so let's go to SuperNumber again. Here's where we left off, I think. We found some units, and we've got 2 to-dos here, right here.
Yes.
Add the units variables to this number, along with their powers. Modify all the overloads so they still work correctly with units and variables. And I think there's like one more to do, which is make sure we incorporate the units and variables in the strings that we generate. Anyway, let's have one more to do right here. To do, make sure we use the units and variables in our answers. Right. One more thing that occurred to me that we said we were going to do yesterday and we didn't do is we added this label called decimal answer label answer fraction. I want to just duplicate this. I want to create 2 different ones. We called one you said was a mixed fraction.
Mixed number fraction, yes.
Mixed number fraction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was, I'm going to say, a improper fraction.
Well, no, because it could be proper as well. it could be a proper fraction, right?
I don't know what we would call it. Well, let's look at where we're doing calling this. Set answer decimal right here. SuperNumber display string. SuperNumber, we added 2 other properties to it. The properties are mixed number fraction string
Yeah, it could be.
and improper fraction string. That's what we call it.
We might want to rename that because it could be like just 1/5, and it wouldn't be either in that case.
What do you want to call it? I could call it maybe improper fraction. For now, I'm going to go with it because, you know, we got it, but we'll come up with a better name. What's going on here? Why isn't IntelliSense bringing up anything for me?
Because you said you made it set answer mixed fraction, not mixed number fraction string. I believe.
Oh, now it's showing up. Interesting. That's what I was looking for. Okay, and then I want to come in and take this, duplicate that, and what do we call it? Mixed number fraction. Okay, there. That's what we call it out there. All right, I just wanted to have all of these out here so we saw them. Can we just run it and test it?
Yeah.
I want to see examples of mixed number fractions and decimals, all of that.
Okay, so that's what I wanted.
Okay, so let's look at it. Yeah, I think it kind of looks like it's working. Can you try just 4.5? Let me get for 4.5. I would expect to get 9/5. 9/2, I mean, yeah, 9/2 and 4.5. Okay, all 4 of those are the right answer. Right? They're the
All
same.
all 3.
Now, all 3 of those are the right answer.
Oh, but we still only copy this one though, I believe.
Right, we might need to add 2 more copy buttons.
Or
You want that?
maybe we have like a checkbox of which one you want to copy.
Okay. Or maybe you just click on the label and it copies it to the clipboard.
Maybe.
Let's try that and see how you like that. First of all, I want to come right in under here and let's add a text block. I'm going to say click on a label above to copy that answer to the clipboard. So we give some discoverability because it's kind of a secret hidden thing. Let's drop the font size on this down to maybe 12, to maybe 16, to maybe 19. Fine. There it is right there. Now we need click handlers on this. So tap Control, look for E for events. Kind of mouse it down. Mouse left button down. See that?
Yeah.
That's what we want. New event handler. Cool. Then we're going to do the same thing here. New event handler, and the same thing here. New event handler. Now inside here, we're gonna basically copy to the clipboard. So it's going to look something like this. Clipboard dot set text. You can remember this before. And the text here we're going to use is LBL answer decimal dot text. No, dot content dot toString. Okay, see that? I just copied that to clipboard. Can you add similar pieces to the other two?
Yeah.
Don't forget you can move left and then hit the space, control space to get IntelliSense to help you.
Oh, wait,
No
you
suggestions
don't
because that, you don't try it. There it is. Okay, still on the clipboard I think.
Yeah, should be.
Don't forget Alt, Shift, left and right arrows to quickly get to select decimal.
Oops, that's not what I wanted.
What'd you say?
That's not what I wanted.
I thought it was. It looked like
Oh,
it was right to me. That's not.
yeah,
that's
sorry.
totally not what you want.
That's not what I want either.
I think that's it.
Yeah, this is it.
All right, let's see that line in 89 where it says
Backspace.
show test code. Copy to the clipboard. See that right up there?
Yeah.
Line 89. I think what I want to do, let's do this. Let's take this and extract it. Can you extract that into its own method for me?
Yeah.
And call this copy to clipboard. Copy, just with a Y in it. Copy to clipboard.
Wait, but it's not really that.
It does two things.
Oh, I guess.
It copies it to the clipboard, and it also shows a message. Right? Now what I want to do is come down here, and instead of calling set text, I want to call copy to clipboard. See that? Now I'm going to get that message box show up automatically. Can you go do that with the others as well?
Mm-hmm. Is this copied?
Yeah, that's copied. Shift home is the faster way to select that.
Oops.
Practice it.
I accidentally.
Okay, wait, don't select it. Wait, let's practice faster coding techniques right here. So click on this.
Wait, one sec.
There's a camel in focus. Campbell. Campbell!
Where did this out from?
You know what? I've got a control I might be able to grab. I gotta go switch to another scene. If I switch to the other scene, I should be able to bring up your properties for that and choose click on configure video, go to focus, and try to turn out auto. Switch it over there. I'm
Okay.
just going to manually focus. As long as you stay in that space, you're going to be crystal clear, buddy. How's that sound to you? You good with that?
Alright. Yep.
All right, back to Campbell's machine. All right, talk about fastest ways of working here. You don't have to select before you're copying an identifier, right, with Coder's installed. So just hit the
Doesn't
copy
that
key.
copy the entire line?
Nope. It'll only copy the entire line if you're not on an identifier. If you're at the beginning of the line, it'll copy the whole line. Just hit Control C there. Now, over here, you might be
Oops.
able to get away with, hit undo. Okay,
I just Control B.
that's fine. Go down. I want to try and see what happens when you do selection increase from here. You only get just a set text, or does it get the whole thing? Ah, it gets the whole thing, too bad. All right. So here the fastest way to do it is Control Shift right arrow twice.
That's what I did.
Oh, good. All right, now let's run it and see how it looks and feels. That looks like it's working. Let's see.
copy answer still work?
Yeah, those buttons should still work. That's going to give you that 3.5, I think. We could get rid of copy answer.
I think we should.
Okay, let's get rid of it.
Okay. Is that on?
Still running.
Yeah, I realized that.
You can just click the button above. You can actually click the button in there and just hit the delete key. That's simple. Boom. Nice. It's better. I think it's better UI. Certainly for us. Right? If you lose your mouse, if your mouse gets hit by a meteor, you won't be able to copy it to the clipboard. Because we don't have any shortcut keys for that. It's not bad.
I think the likelihood
Of being without a mouse is low?
of being able to click on start and then losing your mouse is low.
Sure, the whole thing is low.
And even then, if you're doing it on a laptop with a mouse and a cursor, just a regular, what's it called? The thing on a laptop it acts as your mouse. I'm not sure what it's called. Trackpad.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Back over to SuperNumber now. We've got test cases in.
Oops. Wait.
Get to that constructor. Remember the fastest way to get to a constructor?
I do. You go to the top of class.
Go to the top of the class. Control home, I think, can get you there very fast. And then tap from here. Good. And not this one, but the next one. As soon as we initialize with the string. So just, there you go, that one. So scroll down until we see our to-dos coming in. So now at this point, we've found units.
We have, but we're not quite doing anything with them, are we? Are we? No.
We need to bring up the regex tool. The regex builder. We need something that can break up units from powers next. Is that fair? I think it is. A regex tool, I think, needs a little bit of work. A regex tool is expecting one, not many.
One what?
One of whatever this, each time we do one of these, it's only expecting one of these to match this. But regex is actually capable of matching many of them. So we'll use regex to generate some code, and then we'll have to modify the code so it finds many for us. That's what we'll do. All right, so what we need to do is we need to, let's come out here to the end, and let's do our pattern here. We get our pattern from SuperCalc test cases. Here's a pattern right here. Shit. All right, that's a pattern. Maybe even that's a pattern.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe the space is how we find the break. Okay, that's how I'm going to do it. If I break with the spaces, if I say, look, if you're going to have, wait, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Can I try something really quickly?
Uh-huh.
Control X. Boom. Oh wait, is it okay if I just Control X, backslash. What is
Just a
it?
forward slash.
Sorry, backslash. What is it for number? It's not
D.
digit. No, because that will also get a letter.
No, D is for matching digits.
Oh, it is. Okay. So
Change it to a 4.
it will.
It finds that, but it doesn't find the superscript.
Yeah.
So we're going to need to monitor that. Okay, So my rule is if you have, so we're going to have a rule for syntax on this. The rule for syntax goes like this, Campbell. If I have, I'm trying to do this, get this back here. If I have multiple units like this, whatever,
Oh no,
6 seconds.
it's because the backslash W I think takes numbers. I think.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's correct. Let's go back and grab it like to the third. If we're gonna have multiple units impacting a number, like say my number's like this. Okay, 4 meters to the fourth, seconds to the third. That's my unit. My rule is going to be I've got to separate these with space.
Okay.
Do you understand that? So we can't do this. See that? That doesn't count. That does count. But that also means that I can do something like this. I can say t to the 123rd. See that?
Yeah.
Okay, those are all legal ways of specifying units. Okay? I just need your acknowledgement that you're getting all of those.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to start a notepad and I'm just going to paste all of these in there. These are individual pieces. I want to test each one with whatever we build to make sure it works. Okay? So, in order to find this, we're going to need, let's go over here to here. And call this the unit. Yeah, so that's definitely not even a number there. So that's okay though. We're going to create followed by a power. And the power is going to be optional. So here's my power. Also, it's going to be followed by one of these characters that's optional as well. The power is going to be just numbers only, but that's going to be 0 or more.
Multiplication. Yeah, 0 or more.
Right, multiplication. So let's start off with m to the power of 3. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Let's go to 32.
I was about to say that caret that you have in there, the caret question mark, followed by the question mark, that I was about to say that won't work, but then I realized you escaped it already.
That won't work with what?
That, I was about to say that this caret,
Yeah.
it wouldn't work because, but you escaped it, because that's, in regex is normally a character for marking the start of one.
Yeah. Right, good job. Good job figuring that out. Okay, so for seconds to some power, whatever that is, oops, it won't do decimal powers. Which means we're going to need to modify this to say I need to have a D right there followed by a digit or a dot. No, by an optional dot. By an optional dot followed by 1 or more digits. Followed by 0 or more digits, like that. There we go. Now we found it. See it?
Yeah.
We got it down there. Okay, so now we can do, and it should only work once. See what's going on? Oh, look at that though.
Yeah, it takes multiple because
It's stripping this to only find this right here. That's kind of interesting. All right, so as long as we type in the number correctly, we'll get a good version over here. All right, so that one works. So that's another one is we can put this in here. That one does not work. Oh, because I got an extra space at the end. Hold on. Not that group, but that. Okay, now it works. And now 1.23 works.
will negatives work?
That's a really great question. Oh my gosh. So now over here we need to have the possibility of a negative, which is going to be, could be there or not. And this is also should be a question mark.
I was about to say we might want to switch that not to 0 or more, but to 0 or 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So the negative now works. Let's bring up this guy. I'm anticipating that to be a big fail. So what we need to do to support these characters is we need to grab these. What's happening here? We've got two nums. No, we don't. We have two SuperNumber extensions. We do. Somehow this got dragged in here, I think. We don't need that there. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's rebuild. Okay, cool. All right, back over here. So we get these. We want to make these legal characters. So every place I've got a D here, /D, what I want to do is put it in a group and add in those other guys. Also here, this is an optional piece. But this optional piece should similarly be grouped. It can be this or that. That's that upper, that's the negative for superscript. Okay? So that means now I gotta take this and do the same thing here. And do that, like that. Or, you know what's occurring to me though, Campbell? Hold on. Let's undo, let's undo, let's undo. Really, we don't want to, I want to get to here. And I want to create, what I really want to do is create a second piece. I think I want to create, is this the way to do it? I'm going to put two of these in here, this one or the other. No, that's not how I do it. How do I do one or the other? Do you remember that, Campbell? I kind of want to use the pipe symbol to do it, but I'm just not sure if that's it. Maybe I'll just do it this way. I'll say, I think I know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a paren here and another one on this side of, so we can allow two different ways, two different styles of, and then we're going to put a question mark there. So if I just delete the 3, it should match. Well, I thought it would match. Oh, sorry. There. Okay.
You just managed to break our system.
What'd you say?
It both didn't pass and it was incorrect syntax.
Sure looked that way, or there was something that sure looked wrong with it. There was an error that came up. So that one, or, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, that's one of the options. The other option is I can have this one right here, but I'm going to call this superscript power. In fact, and everywhere that there's a /D, I'm going to replace it with that. And what's it say? Too many what? Too many closing parens?
Exactly.
Look at that, superscript power, down to 3. This piece I need to change to use this. Right
It's,
there.
oh, right.
So now I should be able to come in here and do a -3. Uh-oh. It's considering that a word character. How do we exclude? How do we exclude a character from /W?
Escape it, I would think.
Maybe I'll change. What's happened here? Unit? Looks like you made some changes here, but I'm not sure what.
Me?
Yeah, I thought, so, yeah. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just next to those. Okay, so instead of W, what if we did A to Z and A dash Z and A dash Z? There. And now we don't get it. Should we allow spaces in our units? I don't think so. No
What if-
spaces.
What if the unit is like meters per second?
Well, that's meters to the 1 power and seconds to the -1. They both have different powers. It's 2 different units. Okay, so the way we would write that right now is we would say, it would look like this. It would be like meters. We'd have 1 power, meters, just like that. And then there would be a space, and then there'd be seconds, and then second would be to the -1 power here. Like that. That would be meters per second. But we could also create like a MPS shortcut that we look for in advance, and if we see it, we put this in automatically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not doing something like this. Meters per second.
That's what I was saying.
Would you want to be able to support that?
Yeah.
Well, that's 2 different pieces we have to support. We're going to add this support for this later. I'm just going to write to do support as a valid unit. In other words, division. Dividing units as a valid unit. Okay, we'll add that later. All right, so now let's double check, make sure we got everything. So seconds cubed, it gets unit of seconds, superscript power is 3. T to the 1, 2, 3. We lost it because we got a space on the end. We'll trim that space out. Okay. So unit is T, power is 123. Okay. M to the 4th, M4. We should have a test with a negative unit as well. And with a -4th, it all works. Okay? So we'll either get the variable superscript power or we'll get power. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oops, we lost our period. Yeah, because this can have actually more than one. This can have 1 or more, and the decimal can occur. Similarly, this too can have more than one. There it is right there. Okay, we got it back. Okay, let's test all these, make sure they're still working again. So that one, we'll add test cases for these as well. That one works. That one works. All right, and that one works. Okay, good. Give it a good name. What does this do, Kimball? What do you want to call this?
Well, we're separating the units from the power, so find, I think, unit power.
Fine. I love it. It's a better name than I was coming up with. And then go ahead and copy that clipboard. You do not need the, you need to maybe make the Reg Explorer a little bigger so we have that checkbox down below that we can see it. And clear that checkbox because we don't need the regex upper class. All right, good luck. Keep that open. Yeah, what you just keep it. Don't close it. And now we want to go. Let's go over into the. Where would we go? What folder do we want to put this in?
SuperCalc Core.
Yeah,
well, I guess regex.
Yeah. So go into that. Open that. Find any one of these. Open it up, and then paste it above at the top. Above.
Oops, sorry.
Above the class. There you go. Inside the namespace, it's still above the class. Paste it, and now move type to file. Good. Wait. Oh, shoot. It only gave us part of it.
Why?
Because it only found part of it. It only found power. We're going to have to do one more to get the other one. Watch what happens when I change this. Watch what happens. Look here and here. The try is there when I paste it. Now I found superscript power. So now it's adding this. I'm just going to come in here and copy that to the clipboard. We're going to add that up to here to ours. And then we're going to grab this line of code right here. Copy that. And put it down in here. All right, and there, I think we just fixed that. ML Astra's out there. Hello, ML Astra. How are you doing today? Welcome. We are working on SuperNumber. Right, Campbell? It's
yes.
our number on steroids class that has the ability to hold fractions, and we're now giving it the ability to hold on to units.
Units and the
variables.
powers of units and variables.
And variables as well. So I can say like 4x and hold on to that, multiply it by another 4x, and get 16x squared. That's our goal. So yeah. All right, so now we've got our find unit power. I want to use that over in the constructor. So SuperNumber constructor is in this space here. So we found some units. Now remember what I said? I said what about the units? If I had multiple units, I was going to separate them with what character?
With the space.
Yeah, so I'm going to use a function called split. I'm going to pass in a character, which is the space. This delimits a character.
Yeah, I remember.
And that delimits a string. I'm going to...
Can you have an interpolated character?
No, you cannot. I'm going to declare a local, call this parts. This works even if there are no spaces in it. Okay? I'm also going to come in here and I'm going to call trim on this. I'm going to get rid of all the extra white space at the beginning and end, just in case. Because I only want to split in the middle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but why can't you create an interpolated character? Or
because it's just a character and it's not a hard problem to solve, right? In other words, if I wanted, to put a value in here, I just put the value out. The problem is with a string, if I have a string and I want to say like, hi, Campbell, like this, great to see you, but I want to replace the word Campbell with an interpolated string, with another piece. In a string, I have to do this. Like that. And now what happens is it's much harder to read or translate.
okay.
And so that's why interpolated strings were invented, so that was easier. Okay. So these are going to be my parts. Maybe I'll just call these unit stirs. Like better. Then I'm going to come in and say for each unit stir. Then I'm going to go use find unit power class we created. I'm going to pass in unit stir to it. I'm going to get the result of that. If not null, then we got something. You know, we got them. We got something. Now we need to go see what we have. Well, we're going to have a unit name for sure, no matter what. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Is that true? Then do this and yeah, good. It doesn't work. It's got to have that. So now we want to add the units. So let's do this. If this dot power is not null, that means somebody typed in, we found the power syntax. Right? What's going on here? Oh, it's a double. Okay, then I want to use the other one, and hold on a second. I want to use superscript power is not null. We found the other one. Otherwise, it's already going to give us a double. It's parsing it already.
Oh, it is.
If we go in and look at this declaration here, this superscript power is a string, but power is a double.
Because it's just numbers.
Yeah, it's just numbers. Yeah.
The superscript power is other characters.
Yes, exactly. And our code was smart enough to see that it was only numbers, so it said, I bet you want a double here. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all good. Jumping back to where we're here, we've got we found the other syntax, and that is the let's go get a unit test. Something like that. We found that. We'll have to convert it.
Why did you put the 0 there?
Oh, just because it actually looks like a real value. I can do this too. It's probably better. Like that.
No, but why did you put the 0 after the 1 in?
Oh, because the 0 before is not a real. Doesn't look like a real number. That's all. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna take these, copy these, put these down on the next line. And I'm gonna make this actually instead look like the one below. Call it superscript. And I'm just going to put this comment down here too. All right. Next, I think we need to drop a marker here. Can you hit Alt-Home and drop a marker here?
Yep.
And let's go to the top of this file. I want to create a new class to hold the units. So yeah, inside the namespace, so on line 8 basically. Do you know how to create a new class in CodeRush? Do you know what key?
I don't.
What is the simplest key we could make it?
I would assume C.
Okay, go for it.
That was my first thought.
There you
And I
go.
was like,
Call this unit power. Or unit variable power. I think call it unit power. It's a little shorter and I think it works. Hit enter. We want to have a string property here. To create a property that's auto-implemented, it's the letter A, auto-implemented, and then S for string.
oops,
Should be AS in this case.
I accidentally hit enter instead of space.
Oh, I see. No worries. And then call this just the name. Hit enter. And this one's going to be the power. I think this should be a decimal because that holds the most. So ADE.
Right, because just D is double, right?
Right. We call this power. Right, just D is double. Good. Let's go on to line 8 and move type to file. And copy unit power to clipboard. Hit Control C right now. Copy just that. All right, hit escape to get back, I think. All right, good. Now up at the top of SuperNumber, inside after line 10, I want to create a new list of what's on the clipboard. So type in NL, the new list, and then a dot, and then the backslash, which is, there you go. And then we're going to call this our unit power. Unit powers, maybe. And I'm going to start it off lowercase because it's just kind of private for now. And I don't think there's necessarily anything we're going to expose yet in the outside world. Okay, good. So we've got our unit powers. Next, I want to hit escape until we get back to where you drop that marker. There you go. All right, so for this one down here, we're going to say unit power. No, we're going to do this. We're going to say add unit power. And we're going to pass in two numbers. We're going to pass in a string and a number. We're going to pass in find number unit dot units. That's the string. And then we're going to pass in the second piece, which is, hold on. Why is it only showing the number in units? Oh, I see what I've done. I've got two things that are closely named. Unit power is what I want, I think. And it is name, I think, right? It's called unit. Perfect. And then the other piece is called
Power.
power. That's a double. Okay? I'm going to declare this. All right. Now we've got that other piece you added up there called unit powers, right? That's the list of unit power, right? So what I want to do in here is I want to call a method called first or default, and it takes a predicate in here. And to do a predicate, you just type in like x equals like this and hit the space bar. And it gives you that syntax. And then now, right in this space is where I type in my expression for the thing I want to find. So I can say name equals unit, like that. And if I find that, that means it already exists. Okay? Call this found unit. Okay? Then I'm going to say, hey, if not null, then we found the unit already. It was here all along. And if not, we'll do something else. If not, we're going to come in and say, we're going to add it, is what we're going to do. Didn't find a need to add it. Need to add this. All right, so unit powers. Dot add a new unit power, and I can, after I create a new one, I can follow with these braces here and do something called, do some initialization here. So I can say name, that's the property of unit power, is equal to, and I'll pass in unit to it, and then a comma here, and then I can get the other piece, power, and say that is equal to power, like that. Now, that's a decimal, this is a double, and type in, what do I type in here to get it passed? To convert the double to a decimal.
You want, oh wait, oops. It's just DE, right?
It's C for
C.
cast, and then DE. Perfect. Good job. And so this code is done,
Yes.
right? Now, if we found the unit, then we want to say, hey, found unit dot power, some operator goes here, and then the word power. This is the challenge. Can you figure out what operator, what do I put here? And it's maybe best if we already talk about, let's say that, let me give you an example of what we're talking about. Let's say my units were this. M to the fourth, M to the fourth. What is that really?
What do you mean?
Well, when I have two sets, if I say I've got 3 M to the fourth, M to the fourth, what is that really?
Multiplication.
Yes, which means simplified, what is that equal to?
4m to the 5th.
Not to the 5th. See, that's M to
Oh,
the
right,
4th
sorry.
here.
Then m to the 6th. No, not to, m to the 8th.
M to the 8. So what am I doing if I have two units with the same power?
You're adding them.
Adding them together. Okay, so what is the operator here?
Addition.
Okay, but what is so it's plus, and then I need something that actually works, so this would go.
Sorry, plus equal.
Perfect, that's kind of where I was going for. So power is equal to this plus power, and I bet we have to cast that to a decimal as well. Can you do that?
CDE space.
Yes. Okay, good. All right, now we have one problem. See this? Let's extract this, just this part. Say find unit. And here in find unit, let's call make singular on it. And let's do the same over here. What we want to do here, this is going to return a string, is we want to check to see if unit ends with what letter?
S, or, S.
And if it does, and it's got to be longer than one character long.
Yeah.
So see if you can write this code, see if you can figure this out. This is a little tricky. But you're going to have to work with unit and string and call methods and properties on it. And one of the properties is, I think, length. One of the properties is, one of the ways you can access a character. Let's review those, because you probably don't remember those. Is that fair to say?
Remember what?
Ways to work with a string. If I say unit of some number, right, some number here, if I do this, that will give me character at that position in the string. We can look at properties. Do you understand what I'm writing here? Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
Okay, cool. If I type in unit.substr, like this, and pass it in some sort of index, like 1, and a length, like 4, that will give me a 4 character long substring of unit starting at position 1, starting at the second character. This position 0 is the first. At the second character. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. There's one more I thought you were going to find useful.
Mine.
A couple others actually that are useful. To lower, converts to lowercase. Returning a new string. The new string it's returning is in lowercase. The original isn't affected. Okay? returns a new lowercase string. That might be useful because, well, I guess maybe not. I was going to say you might want to check to see if it's an uppercase S that it ends with. But if it's an uppercase S, no. Oh, and length. That was the other one. Length. The number of characters in the string. Okay.
What if we have something, oh, perfect example. What if we have something like octopus, where its multiple is octopi, and also it ends with S. So it would try to make that singular.
It would make it octopoo, which is stinky. You don't want any part of that, man.
Octopoo, and then it would also think it's octopi as the singular.
I think the code would still work inside. Inside it would call the unit octopoo. And then maybe add an S, whatever. It would treat them both. In other words, octopoo would match octopus, but we would not match octopi. So that's, if you want to add a test case for that, we can add a test case for it and then later address it, right? When we want to, and that's the way we would normally do something like that, right? If it goes beyond the spec of what we're focused on, instead of trying to solve everything, we would say, well, let's go add a test case or write a to-do to make a test case or a to-do to support it, and we'll focus on that specific case later. Okay. We could create a dictionary of plural and singular, right? All right, so the first thing I think that we want to do is check the length and just say, hey, if the length is
length, as long as it's greater than 1.
Yeah, or if it's, you could also say, hey, if it's less than 2, then you could get out. You just return and don't do any more code in here and make singular. You're just going to return the unit.
Okay, I think I'm going to do something else then.
Okay, that's fine. You need to get rid of that part with the comma in front of it, because that's not an expression. This piece with the comma is not an expression.
Okay.
In other words, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. This to here needs to go, and now you've got a legal expression. This returns true or false. Okay? And I think that's where you were trying to go.
That's not where I'm trying to go.
Okay, go ahead and show me what you want to do.
It's that, and also...
So you can't do commas in an if statement.
I thought that was...
No, if you want to combine the
right,
two together,
and.
Type in and.
And then CodeRush will do that.
CodeRush will do that. There you go.
Unit dot... Oh wait, no, not unit.
There's also an ends with, by the way. You could make a call to ends with and see if it ends with the letter S.
Yeah, I guess. But I think I'm gonna do this. As I'm ready. Can I do a... I can. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to. Yeah. I
What if units? Go ahead. This would work. This can work. Where the direction you're headed can totally work. It looks like you create a local variable for it. Last index is what we would call that.
Index.
You want me to hit the CodeRush key and declare local. Use declare local on that. All right. And we can get it. We don't need that actual initialization here because it's just repeated there. That's kind of where you want to get. You want a semicolon at the end. All right. So there's your last index. Well, it kind of is not actually the last index. It's still the length. You might want to replace that with length. Rename that to length.
No, because yes, it is the length, but it will also tell you what number the last one of it is.
Kind of.
It will.
Kind of. Let me explain why. Strings start at 0. So the index of the last character is this minus 1.
Why does it change the numbers when it goes from...
So let's look at an example of this. So if I say, if I were to create a string constant here, name, I'm going to come here and say mark, like this, then if I were to say, yeah, I think we do this, if name of 0 equals m, like that, this will always be true. Okay? And then if we were to duplicate that, and do the name of that, and duplicate that, and make that an R, duplicate that, and make that a K, and duplicate this, it doesn't matter, this, an exception is raised here. Be thrown here. Okay? We don't even get any further. Once we try to access something that doesn't exist, so even though there are 4 letters in my name, I access them using 0, 1, 2, and 3.
But why doesn't the length do that?
The length is 4. The length tells you the actual length of it. Does that make sense? The length tells you how long it is. It's just kind of a naming.
Yes, but why doesn't it tell you? Why doesn't it use that system as well?
I don't have a good answer for you. Other than length means the actual length of it, so we'd have to call it a different name. So all right, so now here's what's happening. Your right expression needs to be a Boolean expression. So this, I think you're not quite done.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Oops.
And this is going to be a character, so you need to delimit this using the character delimiters.
No, why?
That's correct. That works. Okay.
Wait, actually, never mind. I was gonna say it's S or capital S, but not really.
Yeah, I think not really. I think it's basically the lowercase s is what we're looking to take care of. I don't know. Is somebody really going to do it? I guess we can do it. Here's a real quick way to do it. You just select all of this, and then hit Shift Enter on it.
Will it do an OR? Yeah.
And it does an OR for you this time. And operator overload pieces. Here's the thing, though. With regards to order, it's going to do this, or check this. What that means is we pass in only the letter S. This is going to be true and will be down here. What we need to do is select these two and put them in parens.
Yeah, I was like, so it's kind of
hit paren right now. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's kind of the parentheses of coding.
Okay, so now what do we do inside of 45? Do you know what the starting keyword is going to be in line 45?
Kind of. I think I'd kind of do. We're trying to change the. Oh yeah. Yeah, we want to do unit.substring.
Right, we do.
And
but the keyword, the starting keyword is, I'll give you a hint. Not all code paths return a value. So the starting keyword here
is return.
Is return, right? Because we now know it's time to return. And so we want a substring on what?
We want a substring on, what is it? The one we just, unit.
Yep.
So unit dot substring.
Yep.
And in here we can't, we want 0,
right,
comma, last index. Can we do that? Yeah, we should be able to. Oops.
Yeah, if you have Control-Shift space here, take a look at Control-Shift space right here. It wants the length. Well, you already got last index as 1 minus the length. It's going to just take 1 off the edge.
Length minus 1.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's so cool. So
that's when I created last index, I was thinking, oh, this is just what we want without the x.
Okay.
Or the number that we would get with, the length we would get without the x.
So that's cool. So we can get rid of all these comments here.
Or when you replaced it with the 1, I guess, with the minus 1.
What'd you say?
When you added the -1, that's
Mhm.
when I was like, oh, this is also the length of.
Okay, we still have this. Not all code paths return a value.
So we need to, after the if statement,
Yeah.
we want to say return just unit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's already singular. Don't forget that R can help you save all that typing there. That's good. So there's make singular. Now, we're not checking to see, we're not lowercasing these.
Why would we lowercase it?
Well, because we might want to match meters with meters. You know, I don't know, would we want to do that? We would want to say meters. We want to match meters with meters? Maybe not. Maybe the case has to be an exact match. That's our rule for our units. Or do we want them to do it?
I think we should.
Okay, so we can do this. Here's probably the best way to do it. It's a little, makes this line of code longer. So what I'll do is I'll come down and put it down on the next line here. Just indent it a bit. Just come in here, dot to lower. Can you finish that and then do the same on the other make singular? Oh, you need parens on that. Sorry about that.
Well, it's a method.
It's a method.
What will this take? Okay. And then
you need one more to lower call out on the end of this guy.
to lower.
Not there though. Look at where we did it on the other one.
Oh, right.
Right, that's yeah, there you go. That's the result of make singular. It comes back as a string, and now you're going to call to lower on it.
Uh-oh.
You
Oh,
need
right.
parens there too. Okay, so see what's going on. Make singular returns a string. I'm going to make this a static method. Do that. Why can't I make this a static method? And then let's make it public. So I've now got a static method called make singular. Guess what I'm going to do?
Make a test method for it.
Yeah, you bet. We call this utility method tests. Like that, and we're going to say test singular. And I'm going to say AE for assert equal. And my expected value is going to be meters. Meter. And I'm going to call, where was that? That was over in SuperNumber, I think, wasn't it? We put that in make singular. That's where it is now. I want to move it, I think. Meters. Let's just run that now and see if it works. Yeah, passes. Okay. Here's where we can add the octopi with octopus. And that's going to fail.
It's not going to, yeah.
All right, so we'll fail there. Okay. However, you can jump in here. You can do a special case code, right, or have a lookup or something like that. If unit is equal to octopus, you can make it fail. You can make it pass. You know what I'm saying?
Octopus.
Octopus. Then we're going to return octopi. Like that. Is that right? It's telling me the spell checker saying that doesn't work. Yeah, that passes. What's spell checker saying on that? I think octopi is the actual spelling of it.
Wait a minute.
He's going for it, kids. He's like, excuse me, octopus singular. Or plural plus singular. What do we got?
Oh, oops. So yeah, octopi should work.
What's the correct plural? Octopuses!
What?
Oh shoot, we didn't take care of the ES.
Oh, right.
Yikes.
Octopodes. They all work. So octopodes, octopi, and octopuses all work.
While occupy has become popular in modern language, it is wrong.
Oh.
But I like it. Octopuses. Okay. So that's really interesting. This should be octopuses, and this should be
Octopus.
octopus. Yeah, that's hard to get. To red rule, because now we have to look. This is a regular expression challenge, where now we're looking for es preceded by a consonant preceded by
A vowel.
a vowel. That's a regular expression match, you please. You were totally frozen for me, man. I'm like,
Oh, I am.
well, there you go.
Oh,
Now
okay.
you move around. Yeah. So, so anyway, I'm going to delete that one right now. We're going to just go with crude. Well, I don't know. We can keep this if you want. What do you want to do with that?
We might want to put it in its own test case
Go ahead. And so, wait, okay. And let's also
or test method.
let's take this and move it to its own file.
Okay.
Go ahead and do that. You can start it from the word public the next time if you
Oh.
want to do that. Okay. We'll put that in its own test method. You can do that. You just, yeah, that works too. Perfect. Perfect.
No, not that. Yeah, wait, yeah.
Best
yeah.
way, here, let me show you the best way. The problem is if you do that,
Oops.
look, it moves it off to the side. The best way to do it is hit
Is
home,
above.
down arrow, like that. So you might be in here, you hit home once to get there, well, home one more time, then shift down arrow there. Now you can cleanly take it.
Yeah.
Try that yourself.
So, home, down arrow.
There you go. Good practice. Good practice. All right, then end key and then enter. End, enter. They're all close to each other. And now T space.
Oops.
Undo. Just undo the faster way. Undo. There you go. T space.
T space.
And then test
Octopi.
octopi.
Or octopuses.
Yeah, octopuses.
Pusses.
Yeah, so make singular is going to fail there.
I did not know that that was the correct way. I thought it was octopi.
Yeah.
Octopodes is one that I also like.
We also have, hold on, there's another problem with our make singular. Hold on. There's daisies.
That's true.
Daisies. Oh man, we're gonna go on a wild goose chase on this one right here, Daisy. See it?
Yeah.
That's another one. This one we could add. This one doesn't end with. Let me add that for us. Is that cool? And maybe let's put this make singular. Take it out of SuperNumber. Let's create a new class called
Oh, we still had it on octopi mode.
utility methods. Okay, we'll try and remember to come back and fix that. So I'm going to create this. I'm going to make it a static class, Campbell. So we'll never create an instance of it. We've got make singular in there. Let's go move it to its own file.
Wait,
Copy that to clipboard. Go ahead. What do you want?
never mind.
Okay. Oh, you want to fix that? Go ahead. You want to fix it?
Yes.
Go.
Return octopus.
Nope. That makes it plural. You
Oops,
want to
sorry.
you want to do the opposite. There. That's right. And then now your if test. You want to change that.
Oh, right.
If what we pass in is plural, we want to get that back out. Okay? Now, while you're here, I want to just quickly come in and say, hey, if unit dot ends with IES, like that, and unit dot length is greater than, it's got to have at least 3 characters in front of it. Unit length has got to be greater than 5. Then we're going to say return unit.
Just a Y.
Dot, do I have to replace it end? Can I replace only at the end? No.
You can replace the number unit dot or unit, and then you get the number.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to call substring on it.
And then you're gonna change.
I'm going to take the length, subtract 3 from it. I think that's going to be what I need. Wait. Sorry, no.
No, because then you have to
Start at 0. Go to unit length minus 3. That's what I want. Plus, I'm going to give it a y at the end. Okay?
Yes.
So that might fix our daisies right there. This might fix our octopuses. We might have just fixed all of these tests. The only thing is we just got to make the code compile. When you go back over to SuperNumber, they're not here anymore. They're in that utility method static class. See what I'm doing? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go into our tests and fix those as well. They're not in SuperNumber anymore. They're here. I got it on the clipboard. I fixed one. Can you fix the other two?
Yep. It's on the clipboard, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Okay.
Cool. And while octopuses is a special case, we should be able to come up with another test case for test daisies. Like you've got pansies that you could do. I'm trying to think what other piece ends in. I know, I got one. Let's put in pansies here as well. Pansy there, and then right here, pansies, and then let's do a patty, like we've got hamburger patties. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And those should all pass. Let's test everything in here. Just run these. All 3 passed. Nice. Nice. Okay. Back over to SuperNumber. So I've got find unit. Find unit, because it's making these singulars, should now be able to find them. What'd you say?
There's one other multiple or plural that we might want to add for people who speak like Gollum, like filthy hobbitses, something like that.
Oh, ending in SES.
SES.
Okay, let's do it.
I was kidding, but okay.
I think you're on it. It's going to look a lot like this. You can duplicate this line, I think.
SES.
And what are we going to replace it with?
Just nothing, I believe.
Alright. Well, okay. Well, we either, if we're going to delete those 3 letters, so if I say hobbitses, and I end it with SES, and I delete those 3, it now just says hobbit. Oh, but it is, you're right, we're making singular. Gosh, sorry about that. You're absolutely right. Okay, cool. Make singular. So let's make a test case for that, can we? Let's create a new Gollum test. Test, maybe Gollum, whoops, that was not good. Gollum tests.
It's 2 L's, I believe.
I think you're right. Gollum tests. And you want to grab one of these and I'll just copy that for you? Change that, whatever you want it to be. Control Shift left arrow. Hobbits. 2 B's in hobbits.
Oh, really? Hobbits is to just hobbit.
Alright, that looks good. Let's run that test, please.
Control S.
Good.
Passed.
So now we could have something that said, what's 1 hobbit plus 2 hobbitses? Right?
Yeah.
And it would say, it would come back with 3, I'm not sure which unit it would use, but would you choose one of those 2?
3 hobbitses, it would, I think.
Well, we'd have to make sure that it picked the plural, that it could find one. All right, super number. Back over here. We're calling find unit because when we add unit power, we want to see if it already exists. If we find it, we're going to increment the power. Otherwise, we're going to add it with the power that's specified. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, that's add unit power. Are we calling this from anywhere? We're calling it from here. We have enough right now to add a new test case. We just need something that says get power. We need a method that returns a decimal called get power, and it accepts a string parameter that's going to be the unit name, like that. Then we're going to say find unit, passing in unit name. And what's cool about creating this method is before we just had this first or default, but now if we had all of that and we didn't have the method, we'd have to copy that into here again.
Yeah.
That's what's really cool about this. Let's declare a local for that. If find unit, if not, well, if find unit is equal to null, what am I going to return from this? If we can't find the unit.
Oh, well then, just return the number. Right?
Return what?
Just return the number.
There's no number.
Or sorry, the power.
But there is no power.
Oh.
Because I didn't find it. If it's null,
Then
what do I
just
return? What? If I asked you, look, if let's say you were a super number and you represented 3 meters cubed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You remember that. You're 3 meters cubed. And now I say, hey, I want to get the power from you, and I want to pass in as a unit name octopus. What do you give back to me? Do you have any octopuses?
I don't, so
Then-
just 0.
Return
Right.
0. That's what it is. So R0 will return 0. Okay? Otherwise,
What's the difference between just returning and returning 0?
oh, well, it depends on whether you're in a method or that's a void, returns nothing, then it's just R. Or if you're in a method that like returns an int, for example, you come out and type in R, well, we need to return a value for it.
Yeah.
That make sense?
Okay.
That's the difference. So either your function returns nothing, and you can just get away with the return statement, or it returns a value. All right, so inside find unit now, this is where your other answer makes sense. We're going to return the power. Okay? So
Yes.
now we should be able to write some test cases here. Back over here in SuperCalc tests, I think we need to create a new test class. Right? Test unit powers. Right? And then down here we're going to, let's see, we want to create, let's say I have 1 meter to the third. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to call toNum on that. Then I'm going to call get power on that. And I'm going to pass in M. And I'm going to do an assert equal. And what am I expecting that result to be?
Just 3, right?
See if it works.
Or no?
Expected 3, but it was 0. Well, I am expecting it to be 3. Let's go and debug it. All right, jumping into toNum, and here we're going to go into the constructor with that. Okay. Find number unit. Did we find it? We did. See the units?
Yeah.
That's the code we just wrote earlier today with the regular
Yes.
expression code generator. Number string is 1. Unit string, splitting it. Uh-oh, hold on. This part's wrong.